Hey everybody, I'm Alex Big Blue, and this is Create a Team Vampires. So each time I'll be taking one of you guys' suggestions for a topic. This time, of course, vampires, which was suggested by Dave from Just Your Average Geeks. So what I'll be doing is I'll be picking out a topic each time that one of you guys say and create a team based off from that in this series. I think that sounds really fun and something I'd be interested in doing, and hopefully you guys will like it too because I want to make this series, like I said. Nonetheless, this is the first video, so let's get right into it. Who is my created team of vampires that I'm going to choose? Starting off, I'm going to go with Blade. I think Blade would be a great, if not, I don't know. I don't know if I want him to be the team leader or not, but he's definitely one of the ones I feel like that's kind of more cool and collected, maybe amongst the ones I'm going to say. But yeah, I think Blade would be a great member of the team in general, even though I know he's usually kind of more of a loner, but I still feel like he would work out in this scenario. I would have him, of course, in there for all of his fighting prowess, his very great power set overall, too, of course. And I think he would make a great, like I said, somewhat more level headed than some of the other one's teammate as well. And I think he would definitely make a good part of this with all of his expertise of fighting vampires, because a lot of the time I'm assuming they're going to be fighting evil vampires and or also other monsters and stuff. So I think he would make a great first pick for sure. And next up, I'm going to go ahead and, by the way, I'm not just choosing from Marvel. By the way, this is any of them. The way I'm going to do this particular video is I'm going to pick from any of the things I want. But this team is supposed to be, by the way, a good team, or at least a semi-anti-hero type of team. Maybe some of them will be close to anti-villain, but for the most part, anti-hero type good team, basically. So, my next pick is Michael Morbius, of course, the living vampire from Spider-Man fame. I think he is a super big powerhouse for this team and would make a great 1-2 punch with Blade. I think they was both technically in the Midnight Suns together anyways. I haven't read all that run yet, but I have it. But nonetheless, I think Morbius's powers and his overall kind of expertise at what he does as well, mixed with Blade, would start off a very strong combination. And for the third member of the team to go with them would be Vampirella. Because I think Vampirella, it has a little bit more of an edge to her maybe than some of the other ones, and would do what needs to be done. But also, I feel like she would mesh pretty well with those two, and would definitely help create a great fighting force with them. And yeah, I think she's a really fun character too, and very interesting. I mean, the covers alone that would be made in this comic series with those three would be epic. But yeah, I think those three would mesh well together. And the next one I would go ahead and add would be Hannibal King. He was the one, in case you don't know who he is otherwise, that was played by Ryan Reynolds in Blade 3, that character. But he's a comic book character, and in the comics, a lot of times he is a vampire, and currently he is, according to what I read. So I'm going to go with him. I think he already, I believe, had some crossover with Blade in the comics too, and he's already a vampire hunter as well as being one too, also a lot of the time. So I just think he seems like he would fit in great with them and probably be a really level-headed member of them. I think that would definitely keep the team together. I really feel like him and his expertise of fighting vampires would be really useful. And next up, I'm going to go with Bloodline, who is the daughter of Blade. I think of all probably the characters I'm going to pick on this team, she's probably the most kind of down to earth and friendly and stuff like that. And probably, if not the most, one of the ones that's more kind of in control of themselves and their emotions, I would say, overall, from what I've read ever so far. So I think Brielle would fit in great, obviously, with a lot of the other characters and help keep the team together and kind of focused. And I think her powers, obviously, and her youth would be a great asset to the team as well and bring something unique to the team and more fun too when reading it. That would make really bring something nice to go along with her. Another younger one, I'm going to go ahead and I would add Jubilee when she was still a vampire. So I don't know if she would get turned into it again or it'd still be like a crossover somehow where it was when she was a vampire. Either way, when Jubilee was a vampire, she apparently lost. I didn't remember that, but she apparently lost her other powers, so she just has vampire powers. So it's kind of fun because you get to see her as just a vampire again, and see her character from that perspective. And also, I think she would just be a great another youthful member and probably friend of Brielle's. Her and Bloodline would probably get along great, I would think. I think it would be great to have her in there as well. So, like I said, you have two kind of younger characters there in the mix. And also, going with another X Men character, I would go ahead and add Bloodstorm, which Bloodstorm is a version of Storm from a different reality, from the Mutant X series. From that's what she debuts in. But basically, Bloodstorm, though, unlike Jubilee, Bloodstorm does get to keep all of her powers. So that version of Bloodstorm, which is Storm, like I said, has all of Storm's powers, but she's also a vampire. So she'd probably be one of the most powerful characters in it, and definitely a powerhouse for the team. And also, I think she brings a lot of stuff to it. She's also a great member of the Six, which is like the X Men team rather, in that other universe. So she's a great team player. We already know that. So I think that would be a great addition to it for sure. And I'm sure her and a vampire version of Jubilee would get along great as long because in this scenario, I think Jubilee may have been more of a villain kind of when that happened. I forget at first, but I think she mellowed out and come back being good if I remember correctly. I've not read all of those just yet, but nonetheless, I think those two would get along great. And then to go with all of those ones, I would go ahead and add Lilith Drake, the daughter of Dracula in Marvel. So she first of all hates her dad and wants to destroy him, which is good because if you guys don't already know, Dracula is super evil and like you would expect him to be basically in the Marvel universe. It's kind of like he is otherwise in the books and movies. So she is more of like a anti-villain slash anti-hero. I don't know which one you'd say more. She kind of goes back and forth. But I think she, as the wild card of the team, would still be an extremely powerful and useful member and wise, by the way. She has all kinds of kind of like tricks and hacks and stuff like that that she can do in what I've read so far. I think she would be a great character that when they can get her to work with them for sure and not do anything too sketchy, could definitely be the key to winning any battles or figuring out stuff they have to do. So I think that would be a great addition to the team. And here they all are together, the entire team, all eight of them. I think they should make a great team and definitely a very interesting one to read. And their team name is Champions of the Night. I really like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you want me to do next time for the next topic? I hope you enjoyed this. See you later.